Alright, we're down in the basement at 2750 South Eaton. We're in the basement bathroom, where on the wall, there just so happens to be, they left the 3-inch clean out exposed, which is great. Get a little water running because we picked up some sludge as we went through that bottom of the tee. Alright, so our water's cut up, so we can go now. This is a cast iron. This is what's under the footprint of the house. And this is exactly what cast iron looks like, although this is actually pretty good looking cast iron. Not a whole lot of crusty buildup. And the bottom of the pipe looks good. There is our union with the clay tile, and you'll see right away there are some minor roots right there. All clay tile leaks a little, and because of that, roots are attracted. It's not because there's damage, it's just how it is. And some of that stuff we stirred up in the cast iron, it's not the cleanest stuff ever. We're going to add a toilet flush to the mix. Alright, so we're going to move on. See, that is a very typical and actually very good clay tile union, and you still see some roots coming in. Roots do not mean damage, they mean you're looking at a very normal clay tile pipe. So far, none of them have been big enough to warrant cleaning yet. You will need to occasionally clean it. We should be seeing a little bit bigger roots down here because we are seeing some more buildup. So far it's looked just absolutely normal. Have you owned clay tile aged houses before? So,
okay.
Have you owned one that has
No, but I understand about how they're linked together and you get roots and stuff.
Yeah, and it's normal. Don't let anyone ever tell you that because you got roots, you got a big problem. You know, you have a maintenance issue. And in this case, up until this point, all the roots were very small and negligible. This one's still got time before it's actually going to be big enough to stop anything. But just the way the pipe looks back here, that one has been in the past big enough to block it. Okay. You can just tell because of the amount of buildup that's on the pipe. That one has been big enough in the past to cause issues. So far, if it doesn't get any more impressive than that, it's probably a clean it within the next 6 months sort of thing. Okay. Although these two in together, even though they're not quite blocking it, they're big enough a drain cleaner could cut them. And so it might even be worth asking or doing yourself before you move in. We'll see if any of them get bigger, but you know, if they were just what we'd seen up until these last two, it wouldn't even be worth it. You wouldn't be able to cut them. There's just not enough there. These last two, they do have enough there that you could cut some of it. They're still not real bulky though.
And about how far out are you now? Oh, it's 63 feet. Okay.
Here's a third one. That one looks to be a little bit solider and definitely affecting the flow in the bottom of the pipe. So that's one that could catch some stuff. I don't imagine it's going to be real hard, but it was a little more of a push to get through there. So I think that one there with the other two and the one up ahead probably does justify going ahead and cleaning it and not waiting. And even these are kind of dangling down and affecting flow a little. We'll see if there's another root up ahead of us. Yeah, there's another one there. And it's got a little bit in the bottom that's kind of affecting that area behind here. I think this is probably a little bit of a natural belly too for that little section. But my camera lens is 1.25 inches tall. As long as the water's down here, that's less than 1 inch of water.
Okay.
The roots are a bigger issue here than that low spot. It's still an older sewers, no paper towels, no wipies, limit the grease, no feminine hygiene type stuff, any of that stuff that won't break down. You don't want it anywhere near a clay tile sewer. There's just, even a good one has lots of areas where you can get stuff trapped. Just so you know, if you ever have a situation where you get someone in the house that's looking at this and they're looking at your sewer and going to tell you, well, let me give you some of the shyster things. Roots are a broken sewer. No, it's not. This is an offset, but it's not the kind of offset that has occurred because of major shifting or anything breaking. That's an offset because they took a pipe that was straight and they said, we want to go this way with it.
Right.
Now what happens, the bottom butts up into the bell hub before the top can reach the full seating. And so it leaves the top of the bell hub exposed and leaves you that big flat edge looking there. That's still well within the bell hub and it's extremely common, and it was actually pretty much the norm for clay tile installation. It's more often to see that than to see the actual transition pieces. Another decent root there. I think we are going to recommend a cleaning. We're going to come back to that. If I can get over that. What doesn't look right is this edge right here. So I kind of want to see that water go away. This is giving me the impression that there's a broken piece right here that is sunken. But I'm going to go through the rest of it and let the water keep finished running out. So we can see if there's a better view of that. It should be about to drop out to the tap. I'm kind of surprised it's this far. Oh, there's the tap right there. It's a concrete sewer.
So it's right at 100 feet.
Yeah. They're usually, the norm is between 80 and 100. So 100's the high end of the norm. Set in 80's the short end. Most of it looks pretty good. I am got a curiosity about that one spot though. So I'm going to back up to that one and kind of look at it for a while, see what it looks like as the water goes through. It didn't look right, and it hung the camera when I first went through there. It could just be a little offset, but some of the...
Is that the one there?
Yeah, I think that's a hole in the bottom of the pipe. I think at a minimum, you've got a piece of clay there that is broken and has lost enough water to sink a little. And my reasons for that is as you get up closer, you can see how much space there seems to be over here. This straighter edge right here. And just the fact that if we go at it real slow, the camera's dropping down and hitting a ledge about that tall.
Wow.
So, unfortunately, everything I see there suggests that a piece about this big has cracked and broken and is sunk into the hole there. It's not having a huge effect on function, but as you can see, it's going to be leaking water. It's holding water all the time there. It's going to be leaking fairly substantial. Probably the reason it's not even leaking as fast as it should be right now is I bet the ground around it is fairly saturated. It's probably got a lot of water in it and you just can't take it anymore very fast. I would expect that to keep moving, and while it may function for a while now, eventually that could sink far enough that waste will start getting trapped in this spot. Because I can only get over it by going real fast and not giving it a chance to drop in there. If I go nice and slow, the camera falls in and is right up against it. So I'm going to actually go out and locate this spot, see where it's at. Unfortunately, 12 feet probably still puts it out underneath our parked car somewhere. But I'm going to just pause it while. Alright, so we've located that out in the street, about where we expected. I'm going to take one more look at it. There's no doubt in my mind that that piece is broken and has sunk. There's just too much linear edges on the right hand side there and gaps on the left. Space where there shouldn't be space. That is definitely a broken piece. And you can see, like we said earlier, there's been trauma to the other side too. Some hairline cracks on both the top and side of the pipe. This is likely going to be a repair. So we will go ahead and back up through here. That was something earlier. No, you were here for those roots. See that additional buildup and scale on the pipe tells you that that one's definitely been bigger before. It's caused water to hold in here up to there, and that's why you see stuff stuck to the side of the walls, because water's been where it really never should be. You see, if you get in an area like this where you can tell it wasn't ever that bad, you don't see any of that stuff stuck way up there. In a perfect world, waste never touches the top of the pipe. The whites like that tend not to be, that tends to be soap suds over the years.
Oh.
Because the flow through this section is so fast, soap gets in it and just spins in place. And over 50 years, it builds up a layer of soap deposits. That kind of dangly stuff suggests that that one has done the old backup thing every once in a while. Overall, structurally though, it's pretty sound right out to that one spot. I'm not quite sure why it experienced its trauma there, but it did. I like the, now I've got the internet moving faster at my house and the uploads aren't truly painful. This has become very nice. What was that?
Did you turn on anything upstairs?
I did not. This is the newest generation of their camera. I just bought it about 4 or 5 months ago. We're back inside the house now. That's the cast iron. So we are moving across the house before we exit, because that's 23 feet of it. If it went straight out here, 4 feet.
Right.
And you can see there's the big left turn. So we might have actually gone back toward the middle of the house, picked up the floor drain line from the utility room, and then gone that way.
That's amazing.
But they don't even, the newest generation of these don't even have DVD burners, because no one's really making a commercial grade DVD burner anymore. Because it's all going to go to flash drives and all that kind of stuff, and internal hard drives. So when I do DVDs now, I have to bring external and plug in and run it on a different burner. So that's our sewer, and we will stop there.